talk about the space itself. Like, what is CBD oil? What is marijuana? What is THC? What is hemp?
Yeah. When you think about the investment thesis, it's easy to just think about, oh, well, this is just, legalizing smoking weed, right? And so how big of a market is that? What's the long-term impact of that? But there are actually a tremendous amount of medicinal uses that have very significant growth prospects. There are two components, THC and CBD. So the THC is the psychoactive component that makes you feel high. That's sort of the pure play on the recreational use side of it. But the CBD component, which is found in cannabis but is also found in hemp, has a number of medicinal purposes for things like anxiety, nausea, pain, a lot of, and things like skincare, cosmetic uses, tremendous amount of uses that are sort of just being tapped. It's an all-natural drug, and there's been very little research been conducted to suggest that there are long-term side effects to CBD usage. So when you start to think about CBD in, say, a cannabinoid or some type of CBD-based medicinal use as an alternative to over-the-counter pain medicines, such as opioids, you think, oh, well, that's a big opportunity. We know the opioid crisis and the opioid epidemic is a big issue. And this potentially being an alternative, you can start to see there are tremendous investment opportunities here.
The space itself is interesting, and there's a lot of activity and from an investment standpoint of new products coming in, but a lot of them are diluted or not really true pure plays on cannabis. So help our clients and prospective clients and listeners understand how to really invest in that space.
Yeah, on a high level, you can break it down into three types of investment opportunities. The purest play that we favor is buying the stocks of the actual producers, so the individual stocks. And most of those that U.S. investors can access are Canadian companies that get the majority of their revenues from Canada, but a lot of them now are listed on U.S. exchanges because they've become large enough. And then also Tilray last year became the first company to IPO on a U.S. exchange. So that's sort of the purest play way to do it. The second way to do it would be through an ETF. So there are a number of ETFs coming out, but these are very indirect plays. They'll own stocks such as Altria or Philip Morris or Scott's Miracle-Gro, which are very indirect plays on a growing cannabis industry, so you get a watered-down version. And then the last way to do it would be try to find some biotech companies in the US that are doing research on the medical uses of CBD oil and have new compounds that may break through. And that's a very indirect play. So those are sort of the three ways to do it. We have favored the first way to play it, which is invest right in those pure play producers and growers, those Canadian companies that were sort of the early entrants into the market.